Hi, welcome back. In previous video we have understood three different ways to create a Spring Boot project, and these are the three simplest ways to create Spring Boot project. So first way is using Spring Initializer, second way using Spring Starter project in Spring Toolsuite IDE, third way is using Spring Boot CLI. In this video we are going to use first way, that is Spring Initializer, to quickly create a Spring Boot project and import in STS IDE. STS IDE is nothing but just a wrapper on top of Eclipse IDE. Okay, so once we create a Spring Boot project using Spring Initializer, then we can import that Spring Boot project in Spring Toolsuite IDE or Eclipse or IntelliJ IDEA or VS Code or NetBeans, etc. So let's head over to browser and just type start.spring.io in a browser, and you will navigate to Spring Initializer website. Spring Initializer is nothing but a website or a tool which we can use to quickly create and bootstrap Spring based applications. And this is a standard way to create a Spring Boot application using Spring Initializer. Alright, great. Now let's go ahead and let's configure our Spring Boot application in Spring Initializer. Go to project section. Here you can see Maven project or Gradle project. So based on your requirement, you need to choose the project type. So we are going to stick with Maven project. And in a languages section, you can see three JVM languages: Java, Kotlin and Groovy. We are going to choose Java. And here you can see Spring Boot versions. So let's keep 2.5.0. So this is a stable and latest release of Spring Boot. Don't choose snapshot because they are not stable. So always remember, choose the latest and stable release of Spring Boot version. Okay, and as we have selected Maven project, we need to fill up project metadata. So let's go ahead and let's give group ID as com.springboot, and artifact ID just give Spring Boot demo, and name as Spring Boot -demo. So this is the name of the Spring Boot project, and description: demo project for Spring Boot. Package name com.springboot.demo. Alright, so you can configure these details as per your convenience, but I will keep as simple as possible. And here you can see packaging as two types, jar and var. So I keep selected jar as a packaging type because we are going to run our Spring Boot application as a standalone in an embedded Tomcat server. If you want to create a Spring Boot web application and want to deploy an external Tomcat server, then you can choose var type here. Okay, and look at here, Java versions 16, 11, 8. So we are going to use a latest release of Java, that is Java 16. You can use Java 11 or 8 as per the Java installation on your machine, but I am going to use a latest release of Java. Okay, so once you fill up all the details, then here you can have another option to select the dependencies. So go ahead and click on add dependencies. So here you need to choose the dependencies for your Spring Boot application. If you want to create Spring web application, then you need to choose Spring Web Starter dependency. So once you select Spring Web Starter dependency, you can able to create Spring Web applications or Spring REST API applications. So look at here, you can just read the description of the dependencies. For example, you can use Spring Web Starter dependency to build web applications or REST API applications using Spring MVC module, and it internally provides Apache Tomcat server as a default embedded container. Okay, and if you want to create a reactive web application, then you can choose this dependency. Similarly, if you want to use Thymeleaf in your Spring web application, then you can use Thymeleaf dependency here. Similarly, WebSocket and Spring Web Services for SOAP development. So based on the requirement, you can choose the dependencies. For example, if you want to use Hibernate and Spring Data JPA, then you can go ahead and you can use Spring Data JPA dependency. Similarly, Spring Data JDBC. Okay, And if you want to connect to external database, for example MySQL server, then you can use MySQL driver dependency. If you want to connect to your Spring Boot application to PostgreSQL database, then you can use PostgreSQL driver. Everything is available, so you can choose the Spring Boot starter dependencies or dependencies, Maven dependencies as per your requirement. Alright, so for this example I'm not going to choose any dependency. So going forward we'll create a lot of projects and we use a lot of dependencies, guys. Alright, so here you can see at the bottom you have three options: generate, explore and share. So you can explore the project by using explore option. So go ahead and click on explore, and you can see here this is standard Spring Boot application, and you can see this is a pom.xml, and you can explore the dependencies you have selected in this pom.xml. And this is src folder under which you can see different sections. Okay, so we have Java package, which contains all the Java source code, and under resources you can see the application.properties file, which contains all the application level configuration. And then test. So within a test package we keep all our unit test cases. Alright, so this is the standard project structure generated by Spring Initializr. Okay, so you can use explorer option to explore the generated Spring Boot application. I am going to close it, and I am going to generate this Spring Boot application as a zip file. So go ahead and click on generate, and go ahead and open this folder in file system. Okay, and right click on and unzip this zip file. Alright, once you unzip, then we can able to import this application in Spring Tool Suite IDE. So head over to Spring Tool Suite IDE, and in order to import that project you can go to file and then choose import, or you can just right click and choose import. You can use either one option. So I'm going to go to file and then import. Alright, and just type Maven here and choose existing Maven projects and next, and then browse and go to the project where you have downloaded. So go to the location in downloads and select the project and hit finish. So similar way you can import this project in your Eclipse IDE. Okay, so in this course we are going to use Spring Tool Suite IDE, hence I am using Spring Tool Suite IDE. So in Eclipse also you are going to follow the same steps. Okay, our Spring Boot demo application is successfully imported in Spring Tool Suite IDE. Now let's go ahead and let's run our Spring Boot application, and let's see whether our Spring Boot application setup is success or not. So this is a Spring entry point class. So we can use this class to run our Spring Boot application, and look at here, this class contains a main method, and the execution of this Spring Boot application starts from main method. Hence we are going to use this class to run our Spring Boot application. So right click on this class, run as Spring Boot app. Now this application immediately terminate because we haven't added Spring Web Starter dependency, which provides embedded Tomcat server. Okay, so this project we have generated as a standalone. So as soon as we add Spring Boot Web Starter dependency in a pom.xml, then our Spring Boot application will run on an embedded Tomcat server. So look at here, our Spring Boot application successfully ran, and it means that we have successfully created Spring Boot application using Spring Initializr, and we have imported in Spring Tool Suite IDE. So I can just provide here on sysout system.out.println, and I'm going to just print something here, Spring Boot hello world. Okay, and I'm going to quickly run our Spring Boot application, and let's see whether this will print in a console or not. And there we go, Spring Boot hello world. It means that our setup is ready. So this is how we create a Spring Boot application using Spring Initializer, and we generate a Spring Boot project, and then we unzip this project, and then we will import in Eclipse or Spring Toolsuite IDE. Alright, great. In next video we will understand Spring Boot auto configuration, and this is a very important. Alright, so I will see you in the next video.